All right, Corporal Blatt here. Just going to go quickly over some of the things that you guys are going to need to know as far as shining your boots for your both combat boots, drill boots, parade boots, whatever they may be. Just going to go over a couple of quick tips and tricks on how to get a really high shine out of them and to just improve everyone's dress and deportment on all of our parades. To start things out, I'm going to go over some materials that you're going to need. Really, this is going to break down into 4 main teaching points. There's going to be the materials that we're going to go over, which will be this lesson. And we're going to go over the cleaning and breaking in of boots. And then after that, we're going to go into the brush shine procedure. And after that, we're going to go into our polish shining procedure. So with that being said, just going to quickly go over some materials and show you guys some of the stuff that I have in my polish kit, and hopefully you guys can adapt some of it. A lot of it is pretty necessary, but some stuff I'll let you know what those things are that you can leave out or optionally purchase on your own dime. So to start things out, first and foremost, we have our Kiwi polish. So this stuff, you probably have this all over the place. You've probably seen it before, at least I hope you have. This is just Kiwi shoe polish. As you can see, it's not the parade gloss. This is just regular shoe polish. You don't really need the high gloss quite really. You can get it. It's kind of indifferent whether you get it or not. But both containers I have are just the standard polish. They're not a high gloss. So take that as you will. But you need at least Kiwi works best. Don't go off brand of Kiwi. Use Kiwi. Doesn't matter whether it's the high gloss or non-high gloss. So I have 2 because I have one for general application, which is a solid chunk, and then I have an older one that I use for repairs. It's kind of broken up and crummy, but that's okay. I use it for repairs. It's really handy for quick repairs. So, that being said, that's the polish. Second thing you're going to need is a Kiwi cloth. So they sell these as well. They'll be in the same area. Get the Kiwi cloth. Don't buy off brand from Kiwi. It's got the logo in the corner. It says Kiwi on it. So get yourself a good Kiwi cloth. Okay. After that, next thing you're going to need is an old toothbrush. All right. This one I've had for eons. And it's really good for getting all the tricky spots. Okay. It's far better than an applicator brush for some detailed points. But you wouldn't want to do your whole boot with this crap. Now, next thing after that you're going to want is an applicator brush. I have 2 because I seem to collect them over the years, but you only need one. One applicator brush will do just fine, okay? That's for your bulk application of polish, which we'll see later. Next, you're going to want your shine brush. These are, doesn't really matter anything else really about it as long as it's just a shine brush. Like, it's for buffing, general buffing. It's not for the really detailed. You will never really get a high shine out of a buffing brush, but it's just to smear it around, kind of bring some life out of the polish. But yeah, you can get whichever one you want. I have both a Kiwi one. Kiwi makes smaller ones. And I have this Money Was Worth's best one. It doesn't really matter. Brand doesn't matter for this really. It's just horsehair on a block of wood. So after that, these are some optional things that I have in my kit. That's really the basics of what you need. I'm getting into the optional bits now. Some optional bits I have for parade boots is black nail polish. This is for some really complicated bits, keeping them long term. This is a trick I learned on the guards as well. We'll get into how we actually use it later on, but that is something that you may want to consider having in there. Again, you only use it maybe once, like for the amount of times we use our drill boots, we're only going to use them maybe like once every 5 years or something ridiculous like this. But Again, useful to have. If you wear them every day, you'll get more use out of it, but you can get a really high, low maintenance shine out of some really tricky detailed parts. After that, we have a base cloth. This is kind of important because your parents, significant others, yourself, whoever is going to get really upset with you if you just start shining on any old things. So what I have down here is a base cloth. I'm going to move all this crap out of the way. And my base cloth is just all of my old Kiwi cloths sewn together. You can go out, buy yourself a dirty old, or get a dirty old towel, whatever you want to do, but a good sized thing like this to lay down so you don't get polished crumbs all over your nice floors. The other thing you're going to want is a cover cloth. So usually you can use your standard Kiwi cloth as a cover cloth as well. I usually use my base cloth just because it's so huge that it folds over top of my boots and that keeps the dust off. So it just acts as a dust cover. If you're gonna be leaving them, shining them one day, leaving them for a week or a month or so, put a dust cover over it. It'll keep all the dust off, and then you can just put them on whenever you need them. So last thing, this is another optional thing, is I'm going to see if I can find a link for this stuff online. But this is called Webtex, okay? This is a British product. It is a military high gloss boot polish. Extremely useful, it's great for getting a fantastically high shine, but you can only use it as a finish coat. You aren't supposed to build your layers, which will make sense later on. But you do not build layers with this. You only use this as your finish product. It's the last thing that goes on. So with that being said, here's some other things. A couple more optional things. This is a highly recommended thing that I recommend you get, especially for starting out boots, is getting things like isopropyl alcohol and a Scotch-Brite or steel wool or some sort of a fine abrasive material. This is for the working in of the leather kind of stuff, but that'll come important in the next lesson. So with that being said, that's really all the materials that you should ever really need for shining boots. There's a lot of different tips and tricks, again, which I'll show in the later videos, but hopefully that will at least get you guys a grocery list of what you need to go out and get. And again, this more finishing grade kind of stuff, I'll try and find links for. The really weird stuff, I'll try and find links and get them sent to you guys below. All right, that's the end of lesson 1.